Ciao everyone, welcome back to another slow fashion video. I hope you're all doing well. Since we are nearing Earth Day and Earth Month, thought I would share some of my easiest and favorite ways to keep my clothes looking and feeling fresh and new. Wanting to shop your closet is so much easier when your clothes actually look nice and you want to wear them. So today I'm going to share with you some of those tips and tricks in partnership with my wonderful friends over at True Earth. I have been using these eco strips for over a year now and I absolutely love them. So much so that I brought them all the way to Portugal with me. I especially like that I could travel with these really easily because they are such space savers. They pack so light, and in each of these there's 32 loads. So they're really efficient. They're liquidless, so they're a no-brainer for air travel if that's something that's coming up for you. And I'm so happy that I found this earth-friendly alternative. So excited to share more about that in just a little bit. But for now, let's jump on into storing, washing, and maintaining your clothes so that they always feel as new and fresh as possible. There are, of course, so many different ways to store your clothing so that it's easiest for you and your lifestyle. One thing I like to do is keep all of my go-to items at eye level, because that means I'm more likely to grab them. And I actually do this with the pieces that I want to incorporate more into my closet. By putting them at eye level, it kind of forces me to use them more and get creative with them. It's also really important to know when to fold and when to hang your clothes. I would recommend hanging things like trousers, shirts, coats, blazers, and vests. I would avoid hanging knitwear, but there is a really cool trick for you to hang it if that's easier for you. Another really simple storing tip is to just ensure that your clothes have room to breathe. Whether they're hanging or folded on a shelf or in a drawer, make sure that there aren't too many clothes crammed and jammed into one small space. Finally, if you're someone who stores their clothes on a seasonal basis, make sure that all of your clothing that you're storing is freshly washed and laundered and stored in containers that are made of cloth and not plastic. This goes back to allowing the fibers, whether they're synthetic or natural, to breathe. When it comes to washing, I feel like this is such a personal thing and everyone has their own laundry routine, but some easy things that you can do is to simply wash less and spot clean if something gets dirty. A lot of times when we wash our clothes, especially things like activewear that are made of synthetic fibers, this sheds microplastics into our water systems. And washing clothes often, or too often in general, is pretty harsh on the fabrics and they'll wear a lot faster. Washing in colder temperatures is also really helpful. I like to keep my temperature at 30 degrees, but for things like activewear, underwear, or garments that are just more heavily soiled, I'll raise the temperature to about 40 degrees. You already know this, but my favorite detergent are these True Earth Eco Strips. Not only do I love them because they are free of harsh chemicals, and yet my clothes always come out feeling really clean and smelling really fresh, but there's also no plastic involved. The pre-measured strips make it really easy to just make laundry an effortless and easy chore to do. If you have a smaller load, for example, you can just tear your eco strip in half and pop that directly into the washing machine. My favorite scent is fresh linen, but they also have a new scent called Lilac Breeze, an unscented option, and an option called Baby, which is unscented as well. When I get home and back to Canada and all settled, I'll definitely be signing up for their subscription program. True Earth also offers other products on their website like dryer balls, which are a fantastic alternative to dryer sheets. If you are looking to make an easy switch to a more sustainable laundry detergent, I would definitely recommend checking out True Earth. And I do have a discount code for you. It's Beltempo and it will give you 10% off. I will leave all of the details in the description box below, including a link for you to check out, as well as their YouTube channel. This next step isn't groundbreaking, but it's definitely something I don't skip, and that is to sort by color, but also fabric. Heavier fabrics like denim can cause abrasion if they're washed with lighter and more delicate fabrics. So to avoid extra wear and tear, I just make sure that the fabrics are kept in similar categories. I will also turn any clothes that have hardware like zippers or buttons inside out, again, so that I avoid any rubbing or abrasion of the hardware onto the fabric itself. Okay, to keep whites white. My whites don't stay white for an eternity. For white items that I just want to keep, you know, overall brighter, I will add some vinegar to my load. And I've done this with my True Earth Eco Strips, and they work together really beautifully. But if you want to work on tougher stains on white clothing, I mix dish soap and vinegar together, and I will do a little soak and spot clean those target areas before throwing them into the laundry with a True Earth Eco Strip. And finally, for whites and stained white items, after I've treated them with the dish soap, the vinegar, and washed them with my Eco Strips, I hang them out in the sun. This leads me to drying in general. As often as possible, hang dry. If you have to use the dryer, I would recommend a lower spin cycle and rarely put it on tumble dry if you can help it. Again, all of that movement and the heat can really cause additional wear and tear on fabrics. So hanging dry outside or inside is the best thing, and I avoid wringing out delicate fabrics like silks or wool. Instead of wringing these delicate fabrics, simply squeeze them gently and then lie them flat on a towel to avoid stretching them. Of course, if you do need to use the dryer, I would definitely recommend the True Earth dryer balls. They are a fantastic way to reduce drying time, which therefore reduces the garment's environmental footprint, and they also soften your laundry naturally without chemicals. This leads me to the use of fabric softener in general. I don't use it simply because it's another chemical that I don't think is 100% necessary, but I would especially avoid using fabric softener on things like athletic wear that have a lot of synthetic fabrics. The reason being, fabric softener actually coats the fibers of these garments and reduces their sweat wicking abilities. So over time, this coating actually builds up the more you use it, and it can trap bacteria more and more into your fabric. The final piece to garment care is maintaining. I think it's a really good idea to have a mending pile, whether you mend it yourself or you take it to a seamstress or tailor. I think it's also really helpful to understand how fabrics can wear and live over time. For example, pilling and why sweaters pill all the time, and it really depends on the length of the fiber used in the sweater. Shorter length fibers are more prone to pilling. So this means those fuzzy sweaters that we are always so attracted to might be really comfortable, but be careful because they are the ones that will pill faster. Yarns that are looser or that have a lower twist will also pill faster, and yarns that are tighter and also with longer fibers have a more smooth texture and will pill a lot less. Blended fibers also are more prone to pilling, especially if it's a blend between a synthetic fiber and a natural one. And finally, synthetic pilling is a lot more difficult to get rid of than pilling on natural fibers. You can easily get rid of pills on wool sweaters using a couple of tools. Investing in the right maintenance tools is also really important and can save you so much money in the long run. Something like a sweater comb or an electric depiller both can cost under $30, and yet they will prolong the life of your garments and save you so much money in the long run. Another tool that I would recommend investing in is a handheld steamer. Again, it doesn't have to be top of the line, it doesn't have to be fancy. My little handheld steamer not only helps eliminate bacteria, but it's also just faster and less cumbersome than ironing. A garment that has been steamed hangs better on the body. It falls the way it should and is a lot more flattering. So just this one step will make your garments stand out and feel as though they're fresh and new, even if you've had them for a long time. So that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed enjoyed these tips. Do let me know if you have any secret laundry tips in the comments below. I know you are all such a wonderful wealth of knowledge and enjoy sharing. Don't forget, I have that discount code for True Earth Eco Strips Beltempo. It will get you 10% off. I would definitely recommend at least giving these eco strips a try if you don't use them already. I swear, I love them. Thank you so much for watching and for joining me. I am so appreciative that you spend part of your day with me. It always means a lot. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it or if you learned something new. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Have a wonderful rest of your day, wonderful rest of your week, and I will be back with another slow fashion video. Thank you for watching. Ciao!